In this session, I am going to explain about problems on fatigue loads. Before going to the problems, first of all, we have to know the fundamentals about Soderberg and Goodman's methods for combination of steady and variable loads. These formulas indicates for Goodman's, these formulas for Soderberg. Yeah, from previous lectures, already we derived an expression for Goodman method and Soderberg method. Okay, from the expressions, already we know that from Goodman's equation, 1 by Fs equal to sigma m by sigma u plus sigma v by sigma e. Okay, this is the formula for Goodman's method. Here Fs is the factor of safety. Sigma m is the mean stress, mean or variable stress. Sigma u is the ultimate ultimate strength or ultimate stress. Sigma v is the variable stress, variable or fluctuating stress. Sigma v is the variable or fluctuating stress. Sigma e is the endurance limit. Okay, this is the formula for Soderberg method. 1 by Fs equals sigma m by sigma y plus sigma v by sigma e. Here sigma y is the endurance, sigma y is the yield point stress, yield stress. Okay, sigma y is the yield stress. If we are considering the theoretical stress concentration factor and fatigue stress concentration factor Kf, Kt is the theoretical stress concentration factor, Kf is the fatigue stress concentration factor. Okay, if you are considering these two values, then the formula is 1 by Fs equals sigma m into Kt by sigma u plus sigma v into Kf by sigma e into load factor, size factor, surface factor, miscellaneous factor. Okay, here sigma m, sigma u, sigma v, sigma e. Okay, here Kt is the theoretical stress concentration factor, Kf is the fatigue stress concentration factor, K load is the load factor, K size is the size factor, surface factor this one, and this one is miscellaneous factor. Miscellaneous factor means temperature factor. Okay, other factors. In same way, if you are considering Kt and Kf values for Soderberg method, then 1 by Fs equal to sigma m by sigma y into Kt plus sigma v into Kf by sigma e. Load factor into size factor into surface finish factor into miscellaneous factor. From these two formulas, you can observe clearly the main difference between Goodman method and Soderberg method is ultimate stress and yield stress. Okay, here Goodman's method mainly design based upon ultimate strength. Here in Soderberg method, this method mainly based upon design based upon yield stress. Okay, if torsion or shear loads are considered, then torsion means torque or twisting moment. Okay, and shear loads, if you are considering torque and shear loads, then the formula is 1 by Fs equal to tau m by tau u plus tau v by tau e. Okay, so this is the formula for Goodman's method. Okay, here tau m is the mean shear stress. Tau indicates shear stress. Okay, so tau m means mean or average shear stress, and tau v is the variable shear stress. Tau u is the ultimate shear stress. Okay, tau e is the endurance limit for shear loads. tau E is the endurance limit for shear loads. Okay. In same way, if we are considering theoretical stress concentration factor for shear loads KTS and fatigue stress concentration factor for shear loads KFS, if we are considering these two values, then the formula is like this: 1 by Fs equal to tau M by tau U into KTS. Here KTS is the theoretical stress concentration factor for shear loads. Okay. Tau E is the endurance limit. Okay. In similar manner, for a Soderberg method, 1 by Fs equal to tau M by tau Y plus tau V by tau E. Here you can observe here we are considering the tau U. Here we are considering the endurance stress sigma Y. Okay, remaining equation is same. Okay, here you can also observe sigma U. This is a sigma Y. This one is only main difference. Here also tau U, and this one is tau Y. Here also tau U and tau Y. Okay, remaining equation is same. Okay, so tau U and tau Y is the main difference. Okay, tau M is the mean stress or average stress. Sigma M is the mean stress. Sigma V is the variable stress. Tau M is the mean shear stress. Tau V is the variable shear stress. Okay. Now, these are the formulas for mean and variables. So, W max is the maximum load. W minimum is the minimum load. Then mean load or average load equal to Wm. Wm equal to maximum load plus minimum load by 2. Okay. And this one is, if you want to determine the value of variable load, then W variable equal to maximum minus minimum load by 2. In same manner, if you want to determine the mean stress and variable stress, then you have to consider maximum stress, sigma max and sigma minimum, and mean stress, sigma M equal to maximum plus minimum stress by 2, and variable stress equals to maximum minus minimum stress by 2. If you are considering a torque, okay, if you are considering maximum and minimum torque, then T max is the maximum torque, T minimum is the minimum torque, and mean or average torque equal to T mean equal to maximum plus minimum torque by 2, and variable torque, T variable equal to maximum torque minus minimum torque by 2. Okay. Now, in similar way, if you are considering the shear loads and shear stresses, then tau max is the maximum shear stress and tau minimum is the minimum shear stress. Okay. And mean or average shear stress. This one is mean or average shear stress. Tau mean equal to maximum shear stress plus minimum shear stress by 2. Variable shear stress, tau variable equal to maximum minus minimum shear stress by 2. Okay. In similar manner, if you are considering bending moments, if you are considering bending moments, then M is the bending moment. Okay, M max is the maximum bending moment. M minimum is the minimum bending moment. M mean or average bending moment. MM equal to maximum plus minimum bending moment by 2. In similar way, variable bending moment equal to MV. MV equal to maximum minus minimum bending moment divided by 2. Okay, these all are useful for determining the mean and variable loads or stresses. Okay. Now coming to the example problems. Okay. These formulas are also useful for determining the value of shear stress tau. Here tau for solid shaft 16T by pi d cube, and for hollow shaft tau equal to shear stress equal 16T by pi d cube into 1 minus k power 4. K is the diameter ratio for hollow shaft. K equal to inside diameter by outside diameter. Okay. In similar way, for determining the bending stress, sigma b equal to m by z. Okay. Bending moment, maximum bending moment m by section modulus. For solid shaft, sigma b bending stress for solid shaft equal to 32 m by pi d cube. Okay, 32 m by pi d cube is the bending stress for solid shaft. And for a hollow shaft, sigma b equal to 32 m by pi d cube into 1 minus k power 4. Okay. In similar way, already we know that from torsional equation, torque for a solid shaft T equal to pi d cube by 16 into tau. Problem. Coming to the example problem. A 50 mm diameter shaft is made from carbon steel having ultimate tensile strength of 630 megapascal. It is subjected to a torque which fluctuates between 2000 Newton meter to minus 800 Newton meter using Soderberg method. Okay, calculate the factor of safety. Assume suitable values for any other data needed. Okay, from this question, first you have to identify the given data. Here you can observe this one is in Newton meter. Okay, that means torque. Okay, here the torque which fluctuates between 2000 Newton meter. That means this one is maximum torque. This one is minimum torque. Okay, this is the minimum torque. Minus 800 Newton meter is the minimum torque. Plus 2000 Newton meter is the maximum torque. Okay, and 50 mm is the diameter of a shaft. This is the diameter of shaft D. And ultimate stress sigma u equals 630 megapascal. 630 megapascal is the ultimate stress, and from this question you have to identify you have to find out the value of factor of safety, FS value. Okay, by using Soderberg method you have to find out the value of FS. Okay, so given data is diameter D, diameter equal to outside diameter of a solid shaft equal to 50 mm, and ultimate stress equal 630 megapascal. 1 megapascal equal 1 Newton per mm square, and the maximum torque equal to 2000 Newton mm. Okay, 2000 Newton mm is the maximum torque, and minus 800 is the minimum torque. Minus 800 is the minimum torque. Now, from the values of maximum and minimum torques, first you have to identify the value of mean or average torque. This is the formula for mean torque. Okay, mean torque equal to maximum torque plus minimum torque by 2. Here the maximum torque is 2000, minimum torque is minus 800. So the value is 1200 by 2. 1200 by 2 equal to 600 Newton meter. Okay, this one is the mean torque. Already we know the formula for variable torque. T variable equal maximum torque minus minimum torque by 2. Maximum torque is 2000 and minimum torque is minus 800. So 2000 minus 800 equal 2800 by 2. That is 1400 Newton meter. Okay, this one is mean torque. This one is mean and variable torque. So here mean torque or 600 Newton meter. So here I want to convert this meter into mm. So 1 meter equal 1000 mm. So that's why mean torque equal to 6 lakhs Newton mm, and variable torque equal to 1400 Newton meter. That means 14 lakhs. 14 lakhs is the variable torque. 14 lakhs Newton meter is Newton mm. Newton mm is the variable torque. And here you can observe mean or average shear stress. Already we know the formula for shear stress. This one is the torque. This formula is for torque for solid shaft. Torque for solid shaft equal pi d cube by 16 into tau. Pi d cube by 16 into tau is the formula for torque. Torque for solid shaft. From this equation, you have to use formula tau equal to 16 T by pi d cube. Okay, tau is the shear stress. So shear stress equal to 16 into torque by pi d cube. Okay, for determining the value of mean shear stress, then you have to substitute the value of mean torque, that is 6 lakhs. Okay, now already we know the diameter of the shaft, that is 50 mm. Okay, so from this equation you can get the value of mean torque, tau m equal to 24.4 Newton per mm square. Okay, in similar way, variable shear stress equal tau v equal to 16 TV by pi d cube. In this equation, you have to substitute the value of variable torque TV. Variable torque equal 14 lakhs. Okay, so the value of variable shear stress equal tau v equal to 57 Newton per mm square. Okay, by using these two values, you can get the value of factor of safety by using Soderberg or Goodman's formula. Okay, here from the given question, already mention, take any other data. If you want to take any data by using these empirical formulas, entrance shear stress equal to 0.55 times the entrance limit. Okay, again entrance limit equal to 0.5 times the ultimate stress. Okay, so shear stress for entrance limit, entrance limit for shear tau e equal to 0.275 into sigma u. Okay, here already sigma u value is given, that is 630 megapascal. So finally the entrance limit for shear stress equal to 173.25 Newton per mm square. Okay, entrance limit for shear stress is not given, that's why I am finding the value of entrance limit for shear stress. Okay, in similar way, I am considering surface finish factor K surface as 0.87, size factor as 0.85, and stress concentration factor as 1. Okay, now substitute the values of tau m, tau v, tau y, and tau e in this equation. You can get the value of factor of safety. Okay, so this is the final value. Okay, Fs equal to 1.85. 1.85 is our required factor of safety. Yeah, there is no units for a factor of safety. Okay, because the factor of safety equal to maximum stress by working stress. Okay, numerator and denominator having the same units. That's why no units for a factor of safety. Okay. Now coming to the another problem. A cantilever beam made of cold drawn carbon steel of circular cross section, as shown in figure, is subjected to a load which varies from -F to 3F. Determine the maximum load that this member can withstand for an indefinite life using a factor of safety as 2. The theoretical stress concentration factor is 1.42 and the notch sensitivity is 0.9. Assume the following values: ultimate stress, that is sigma u equal to 550 megapascal, yield stress sigma y equal to 470 megapascal, entrance limit, that is sigma e equal to 275, size factor equal to k size equal to 0.85, surface finish factor k surface equal to 0.89. Okay, this is the given question, this is the given diagram. Okay, this is a cantilever beam. Here you can observe this is a fixed support. Okay, this is a fixed support. This is a free end. Okay, at the free end, we are applying a shear force minus F under 3F. Okay, here you can observe this is a stepped shaft. Okay, this is a stepped shaft. The diameter of a larger shaft is 20 mm and the diameter of the smaller shaft is 13 mm. From the previous lectures, already we know that stress may vary due to the decrease or increase in sizes. That's why more stress will concentrate at the point A, B. Okay. From the given question, first you have to identify the given data. Okay, here the minimum load is minus F and 3F is the maximum load. Okay, minimum load minus F and maximum load 3F plus 3F. Now factor of safety Fs equal to 2. From the given question, factor of safety equal to 2 and theoretical stress concentration factor equal to 1.42. Notch sensitivity is the very important. Okay, so Q equal to 0.9. Ultimate stress sigma u equal to 550. Yield stress sigma y equal to 470. Endurance stress sigma e equal to 275. Size factor K size equal to 0.85. K surface equal to 0.89. These all are our given values. Okay, by using these given values, you have to find out the value of maximum load acting on the cantilever beam. Okay, the beam as shown here is subjected to a reversed bending load. Okay, since the point A at the change of cross section is critical. Okay, therefore we shall find the bending moment at point A. Okay, we know that maximum bending moment equal to maximum load into length. Here already we know that bending moment for cantilever beams is bending moment M equal to load into distance. Okay, load into distance. Here 125 mm is the distance from the load to the critical point A. So 125 is the distance and load is minus F and 3F. 3F is the maximum load and minus F is the minimum load. So maximum bending moment at A, point A equal to 125 into maximum load 3F. Okay, 375 F is the maximum bending moment and minimum bending moment equal to minimum load minus F into distance 125 equal to minus 125 F Newton mm. Okay, already we know that mean bending moment equal to maximum bending moment plus minimum bending moment by 2. So here maximum bending moment equal to 375 and minimum bending moment equal to minus 125. Okay, so finally maximum bending find mean bending moment equal to 125 F. Okay, mean bending moment equal to 125 F. In similar way, variable bending moment equal to maximum bending moment minus minimum bending moment by 2. Okay, 375 F minus 125 F. 375 F is the maximum bending moment minus 125 F is the minimum bending moment. Okay, so 250 F is the variable bending moment. Okay, already we know that Z is the section modulus. For a circular shafts, section modulus Z equal to 5d cube by 32. Okay, 5d cube by 32 is the section modulus for circular cross sections. Okay, so 215.7 mm cube is the section modulus. Okay, already diameter of the shaft is given, that is 13 mm. Okay, here 13 mm is the diameter of a smaller shaft. Okay. Now substitute the value of Z in mean and variable stresses. Okay, mean stress equal to maximum. Sorry, mean stress equal to mean bending moment by sectional modulus. Okay, 125 F is the mean bending moment and Z is the section modulus. So 0.58 F is the mean bending stress. Variable bending stress sigma V equal to mv by Z. mv is equal to 250 F by Z equal to 215.7. So variable stress equal to 1.16 F. These two are the bending stresses. Okay. So from Soderberg or Goodman's method, you can find out the value of F. Okay, these are the given values. From Goodman's equation, 1 by Fs equal to mean bending stress by ultimate stress plus variable bending stress into fatigue stress concentration factor divided by endurance limit into surface finish factor into size factor. But here the notch sensitivity Q is given. Q equal to 0.9 is given. From the notch sensitivity, you have to find out the value of Kf. Kf is the fatigue stress concentration factor. The value of a fatigue stress concentration factor is not given. So you have to find out the value of Kf from notch sensitivity equation. Okay, this is the formula for fatigue stress concentration factor on the basis of notch sensitivity. Okay, here the value of kt is given. Okay, kt equal 1.42 is given. So from the theoretical stress concentration factor and notch sensitivity, you have to find out a value of kf. Okay, here the kf equal to 1.378. Okay, surface finish factor equal to 0.89, size factor equal to 0.85. Okay, and sigma e equal to 275, sigma u equal to 550. Substitute these values in this equation, and finally you can get the value of stress, minimum force or maximum force. F equal to 57.3 newtons. Okay, this is the load acting on the cantilever beam. Okay, in similar way, according to Soderberg formula, 1 by Fs equal to sigma m by sigma y plus sigma v into kf by sigma e into k surface k size. Okay, so 1 by Fs equal to 2 and sigma m equal to 0.58 F, sigma y is the 470. Okay, so substitute these values in this equation, you can get the value of F equal to 56 newtons. According to Soderberg equation, you have a value of F equal to 56 newtons. According to Goodman's equation, you have a value of F equal to 57.3. Taking larger of these two values, okay, for design purpose, here I suggested this one is the larger value. So you have to consider this larger value as our design load. Okay,